All right, what is going on, YouTube? Welcome to another trade recap video. We have not done a trade recap video in a long time, and I figured that I would bring them back just to kind of get you guys up to date on things that I'm taking on a daily basis, when I take wins, when I take losses, why I took the trades that I took, and give you guys a little bit of free sauce, because I do feel that you guys deserve it. So, I'm going to go over my trade that I took today. I took 3 trades today, 2 of them being break even, 1 of them being a win, and you can see the executions right here on your screen. That's the only executions that I had for the entire day. Just go through. But anyway, I want to go over this 30-second short that I took today on NQ and go over how we were able to catch 50 points. And the trade actually ended up running to about a 7R as well, which is pretty cool to see. Check out if we actually took anything out. If that was worth taking. Yeah, I guess technically you could have targeted this low and caught the win for about 200 points, 8 RR, so that would be pretty cool. But regardless, we went for our 50 points, classic 1 to 2, especially with the type of accounts that I'm trading. It's just better off to do that. And trade would have taken way longer to go for a 1 to 8, obviously. But regardless, it did end up hitting, and we were able to catch our little piece of the pie, which was about 52 points today. So this is my trade recap. This was a motion model setup, and I will go over my confluences for the trade now. All right. Getting into the start of the day, let's look at it, right? So coming into the day, market opens at, let's check it out, 9:30 Eastern, which is pretty much this candle right here. So I'll mark that out with this line here. All right. A 1-minute time frame, we'll go and look at it. And please forgive me, I'm going to have to continue to go back and forth just based on the time frames that we're looking at. But price ended up opening here, right? We opened up. Where is market open? Where is market open? Here. All right. It's right here. Okay. There we go. So this is market open right here. Boom. You can see market opens here. We create an SMT right off market open. And usually, if you guys have seen my videos on that, an SMT right at market open is primarily a good, it's usually going to be a good SMT to go based off of, right? Usually we have a strong direction after that SMT is made right off market open. So as we can see here, we did actually end up having a good setup, a decent setup on the 1-minute time frame that I ended up forward testing. I looked at it on my own. I usually hop on about 5 to 10 minutes after market open with the Discord, so I didn't end up looking at this trade myself. Excuse me, to take it, but I did forward test it, and it did end up playing out for the full take profit. If you were to look here, right, we get the inversion of this 1-minute gap. We come back, we tap into it. Stop loss would be the 25 points as usual that I'm risking on this, right? Market open, and we end up running to a 1 to 2 right there. So price actually would have gotten us break even on this trade. If you did take this, you can see right here. It's a good setup if you don't go break even on it. Excuse me. It's a good setup if you don't go break even on it, as you can see, because price ends up running to these draws that we have below us. We have a lot of low resistance liquidity, and that is something that we did end up catching in the end. When I saw this SMT happen at market open, I saw that we also had this range that we made up to that SMT, right? So this range right here, okay, from this low to this high is what I was looking at, right? That's all I was focused on at the start of market open, okay? I just wanted to see price take a trade to the end of this range, right? This prominent wick right here. And I wanted to see price dump to that, right? I marked it out on ES and on NQ. As you can see, on ES, it got hit as well. This is the prominent wick, and that's just what I was looking for. I wanted to see price take out all these lows. Some of them had already been taken out when we took this actual execution, but this was the final low that I was looking for the day, and that was all that I was really looking at. That was my overall daily bias, okay? My short bias wasn't super long term. It was more so just to see us catch the, the bottom of this range. So ended up coming down here, taking out this low, this high time frame liquidity, and then reversing, which you can see here, liquidity sweep, and then move to the upside. But what I was looking for is just this low right here, this 15-minute low that was inside of this 15-minute gap right here that also has this 15-minute low here as well. So we have 2 draws that are inside this 15-minute gap down here. I believe it's an hourly gap as well if we look. Yeah, it is. So we had our draws. This is probably the best draw, actually. I take back what I said. This is probably the draw that I would have finished off for looking at for the day. But, yeah, that is overall what our draw on liquidity was for this. Now, obviously, we can see after that SMT is formed, we ended up taking a 15-second short, actually. I have to go back again. Here we go. Where is it? Boom. Okay. So I ended up taking a 15-second short actually right here. You can see, took my short on this candle here. It's the second one right here. Right, so price came back up into that 15. 25-point stop right there. Still had that SMT above that we were using as our, let me find the price. So we had this SMT above right here that I was looking at, the one from market open, and then I believe we also had an SMT here. Yes, we did. We had an SMT internally right there on the 30-second and the 1 minute. Okay, so that's our SMT right there. Once we got that SMT, we got a move to the downside. We inversed the 15-second gap in this leg. That 15-second gap, I believe, was the only one in the leg here that allowed us to get an inversion, which is why I took the 15-second versus the 30-second on the 1 minute. And then, yeah, price ended up playing out. Took out this internal low, which was my break-even point. Came back up, break-evened us by 1 tick, and then ended up running. And then I took another short out of this 1 minute here. This was my second trade after we inversed this full 1 minute, right? I wanted to see us get a move to the downside again. We ran one candle, come up, break even us, right? As you can see, and then that's where we ended up taking our final trade, right? So we made numerous different SMTs. We inversed numerous different gaps. We had the same exact draw on liquidity. Everything was aligning. We just kind of had to take a couple stabs at it before we were able to actually end up catching the move. So this final 1 minute SMT with this 30-second inversion was the actual trade that ended up hitting and playing out for our win, and also taking out our drawn liquidity, which was right here, as you can see. Oops, I messed up this line. Took out our drawn liquidity, which was right there. The 50-point target was right here, a little bit below it. I was pretty confident that we would take out that low, past the low. I wasn't going to just take profit right here. I still wanted to go for a 1 to 2 regardless. So extended my take profit a little bit to the 1 to 2. 25-point stop, 50-point take profit. And yeah, another good day. Ended up playing out a lot lower, like I said. Ended up playing out to this draw, this hourly draw, without getting any one break even. Still maintaining basically a 1 to 2 risk reward the entire time of profit, and ended up running about 200 points total before it ended up coming back up and giving us break even. So yeah, really good setup, and I know a lot of people who caught 1 to 3s on this trade as well. As I say all the time, Motion Model's average risk to reward is a 1 to 3 for every winning setup. You know, it will usually run for an average about 75 points if you have a 25-point stop loss. And that's the same exact thing that happened today. As you can see, 75 points was easily achieved. And yeah, so really, really good day, and happy that I was able to catch something. So appreciate you guys. Remember, this was all I was live traded in my live Discord, as always, and you are free to join up. The link is in the description. It is a paid service, but it is very, very worth it. You have 10 hours of content on my model. You have weekly Q&As, and you have daily live trading. So really, really good stuff today, and I appreciate everybody watching this video. So have a good one, guys. Peace out.